Dr. Dawn here. I just wanted to pop in today. Didn't think I was going to do this today to talk about the science of sound therapy. I've just had the most incredible 7 days experience doing a global 7 day blessing for the world, for the globe, for everything, for our bodies, with some beautiful Grandmaster Chun-Li Lin through chanting with some Tibetan monks, and it really got me to thinking. I just want to just blast out there what sound therapy is. This is what I do in my practice, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So, little science, a lot on sound therapy, and I hope you enjoy this because it is the medicine of the future. Edgar Casey, he's quoted to say the sound is the medicine of the future, and that future's here. We've always known it. It's an ancient tradition, and I'd like to go on to explain a bit about that today so you'll understand the science behind it too. It's so amazing. Also, Rudolf Steiner, okay, he was quoted to say, there will come a time when a diseased condition will not be described as it is today by physicians and psychologists, but it will be spoken of in musical terms. One who would speak of a piano note was out of tune. So that's incredible. And Dr. Mitchell Gaynor, MD, said, you can look at it as a disease as a form of disharmony, which Chinese medicine looks at it like that. He says, and there's no organ system in the body that does not get affected by sound and music and vibration. And this is what I want to talk to you about today. Okay? So let's take a journey together. How does sound change our body and our mind and our emotions? And let's find out the profound benefits of sound for all levels of our being. Okay? So here we go. There's many research articles completely supporting the fact that sound and vibration heal the human condition. A randomized double-controlled studies, and we're going to go through a lot of them. Some of them having to do with anxiety and depression and cancer. It's just the medicine of the future. So we're going to talk a lot about Dr. Carlo Ventura. He was one of the pioneers in this kind of medicine. He's a cardiologist, molecular biologist, who from the University of Bologna in Italy. He's top in the research department on sound therapy. He's written, but one of his, say in 2008, was on the effect of drumming on trauma. So drumming, ancient therapy, right? We used to listen to drums all the time. It's therapy with post-traumatic soldiers, and they found that it combats stress and assists them healing from PTSD. Lots of PTSD out there, right? Lots of emotional trauma, and it's one of my passions is to help people change their energy, change their life with trauma and that sort of thing. So he also, I'm going to quote a lot from him because it just gives you a sense that this isn't just a woo-woo. This is science. We know it now. Some of the great minds of our time have been showing this for a long time. So Dr. Ventura also wrote a research paper on music therapy, and he's quoted to say, music has been used to modulate several cardiac, heart, neurological, your nervous system, functions, and triggers measurable stress reduction in pathways that modulate blood pressure, heart rate, skin galvanic responses, respiration, EEG, how your heart functions, right? Body temperature. It also alters immune function and endocrine function, which is your hormones. Wow, who wouldn't want that, right? And ameliorates pain, anxiety, nausea, fatigue, and depression. Powerful research behind this, just powerful, behind music and sound therapy. So even your microbiome's listening. So for you, those of you who don't know microbiome, it's basically the bacteria that lives in your gut. And basically these critters run the show. Hopefully you have more healthy microbiome than unhealthy microbiome, but they're live cells too, and they influence our biology. That's a whole other topic, but one I would love to talk about. But they listen to the acoustic stress around us. So let's think of sound. We can think of it as a healing sound, or we can think of it as dissonant sound, what we call pollution, sound, noise, or pollution. And the dissonant sounds around us can create gut dysbiosis, fancy name for an imbalance where the healthy bacteria now are being repressed and unhealthy bacteria are getting the opportunity to grow. So not what you want to have happen, exactly opposite from what you want to have happen, but even they're listening to sound. So healthy sounds bring healthy bacteria, which healthy immune system and everything else. So it's incredible. But your cells are also listening. We are at every level listening to cells because we are vibrational beings of frequency, and quantum physics understands that now. It's how we're made, it's how we function. There's no arguing that anymore. It's not woo-woo anymore, okay? We're listening to sound all around us all the time. Acoustically we are, but our cells are also listening. A lot of healing comes beyond the audible range, what we don't hear anymore. So for instance, when I'm playing the crystal bowls or a high frequency with a tuning fork, even beyond after the person is hearing it or feeling it in their body, which is an incredible release and relaxation response, your cells are still hearing it. So that's beyond the audible range. So every cell's listening all the time. You have antennas for it, and it's quite incredible. Faster than the speed of light, truly. Ever wonder when you go listening to a beautiful opera, or you've been in a choir yourself, so you're being surrounded by people singing in this beautiful healing frequencies, listening to a great song that you love, a nice easy listening one, and you're lulled into this relaxed state, and you're feeling chilled, you feel lighter, you feel energized, whatever the case may be, or relaxed. This is healing frequency, right? Whereas, Metallica, hip hop, all that sort of thing is more of a dissonant sound. It's very non-harmonious for your nervous system. And these sounds are disharmonic, and they actually break down your neurology, and they change all your cardiac functions to show that your body's under stress. So sound heals us. It always has. It always will. Like a mother's lullaby, I'm sure is healing to every baby. If it comes from the heart and it's beautifully melodic, right? That's a beautiful thing. So again, Dr. Ventura, he's done lots of research. I want to explain his research on stem cells and epigenetics. So I'm going to back up and give you Science 101, very short. Stem cells are what we call pluripotent cells. So they haven't yet basically differentiated into an eye or a liver or a bone or a nerve cell yet. So people get healed with stem cells, right? They get injections with stem cells to regrow and heal. Sound can affect stem cells. Then we have epigenetics. The father of epigenetics, right? Dr. Bruce Lipton, Biology of Belief. Oh my God, if you're sciencey, you kind of like this stuff, read his book. He explains epigenetics incredible. I think of him as a pioneer in that area. And Dr. Candace Burke, PhD, Molecules of Emotion, explaining how we do affect our biology and our DNA signaling by emotions, which are sound too. So pretty amazing stuff. Anyway, epigenetics is the science that explains that cell signaling, or how we surround our cells, the environment in which it's bathed, is going to ultimately determine its function or its DNA expression. So we can signal our DNA in healthy ways or not healthy ways. Sound, depends on the sound, can be in very healthy ways. You can also signal a cell with nutrients, with a toxin, and sound and frequency. So this is happening in our human body right here. It can happen in a petri dish in a lab. Know that epigenetically, how we are signaling our cells all the time, and they're listening all the time, is going to influence its function. Basically, that's it. Ventura, he found research to show that stem cells and they respond to electromagnetic signals and frequency, which is sound vibration. It modulates the genetic expression for biological signaling and healing, quote unquote, okay? So it says it all, that basically you can heal your genes, you can heal your body with sound. And he's quoted to say that humans are vibrational energy beings. So here we have PhDs and medical doctors now stating it, agreeing it, showing research that that's true, right? So stem cells, he found, were reprogrammed as they expressed their pluripotency. He found that they regrew skeletal structure, new neurons, fibroblasts, which are skin cells, regenerated cartilage, neuronal cells, and cardiac cells, just to name a few. It's quite incredible. Think, just sound. You don't need chemicals or drugs, right? Remembering that he was using acoustic sound and electromagnetic vibration, which stimulated the stem cells, and that's what we are, electromagnetic and sound. We're vibrational, right? So you can literally sing your cells into health and reprogram them, right? He found ample evidence that these mechanical forces of audio frequency stimulation alter gene expression, determine the cell fate. Are they going to heal? They're going to die, or signal in unhealthy ways, and promote healing of injured tissues, as evidence reported by regrowing new bone, new nervous system, ligaments, and directing how stem cells differentiate and regrowing collagen. So there's some science just to prove it, right? Just felt I had to put that out there, but we know that it's credible, goes far beyond that, right? So how does sound change or influence our cellular biology? Through two ways. Through charge, right, which is, think of us when we go out to the sun. We're like plants. We get charged by the sun. We get rebooted. Our battery gets rebooted just like you plug in a cell phone. And the second one is resonance. So we have charge and resonance. So we got sound is resonance and charge is electromagnetics, okay? Hope I'm breaking this down okay. You'll get this. You guys are amazing and you're intelligent and you're going to get it. You're going to remember this. Like it's in your cellular DNA to remember this stuff. So important to know that as humans, we are 100 times more sensitive to energy frequency than to biochemical messaging. What does that mean? So we pick up sound and we respond to sound faster than we do chemicals. So hormones, like taking a thyroid pill, taking some estrogens, or taking a drug, which is chemicals. So conventional medicine, right? Chemicals and drugs work at a chemical level, very slow signaling to our cells. Sound 100 times faster, okay? So we know that crystals and sounds and frequencies and tuning forks and beautiful things, truly this is the way to go, guys. If you want to, you change your energy, you change your life. Wow, how many times has that been quoted? But it's true, totally true. Two bowls, brass chimes, human voice, chanting, humming, drumming. Gosh, the sound of a bird's wings in the air is a frequency. Bees have high flap their wings, and that's why honey is, that's one of the reasons why honey is such a great pranic food. It brings force. So eat a little bit of raw honey every day. That's a good thing. Profound effects on our cells. You got the gist of this, right? It's happening. So how does it happen though? So we have charge and we have resonance. It happens by something called a phenomenon called oscillation coupling. So think of the opera singer. When they sing, the sound vibration, the pulsed wave moving through the air, when it hits the crystal, when it oscillates, gets it oscillating at the same resonance, it shatters the glass, okay? This is how even singing and praying and chanting to yourselves will make a difference, okay? So it'll harmonize, and that's how sound heals, truly. So what happens when you see a therapist? A therapist, they play a particular note or frequency associated with a chakra system or an energy center, with an energy field beyond your body. Certain frequencies do different things, harmonize differently in the body. So what do they do? What do we do? An intuitive healer can feel and sense these beyond what audibly we can do. And we detect and then dissipate a wave frequency in your field, in your body, that's incoherent with proper functioning. It's like a blockage, right? And the body can only heal when the blockages are gone, right? We know that in Chinese medicine through acupuncture and emotions and stuff. So we remove and dissipate that blocked frequency. So now you resolve that electromagnetic incoherence or dissonance, allowing the body now to do what it knows to do, to heal, to truly now signal properly, to get all the energy centers in the body open, to get the cells talking to each other. It can resolve emotions, trauma, pain. Amazing. And all the science is starting to show this too. So you can now, allowing that dissonant energy or stuck energy allows the body now to do the healing that it knows how to do. That's how you were made. That's the innate made, right? So I don't know if you know, but sound propagates sound waves spherically, right? Like when you take a pebble and drop it in a pond, you have that Doppler effect. That's how sound works. So close to the sound or far away from the sound, you're still going to get the effect. In fact, it works beyond space and time. It can work with distance healing too. Level, but it's called somatics. It's incredible. Like you can show that through nail filings with a subwoofer underneath. How sound has a pattern and a frequency. And you can actually have frequency in your water too. Water is a great cellular conductor of energy, frequency, and information. Love it. So we're and sound can change our cell membrane voltage. So how that happens is that neurons, via mechanoreceptor effect on our membranes, open up these channels. So a concrete example in medicine is when you take ultrasound and you break up kidney stones. That's an ultrasonic effect, right? But on the cell level, you can use ultrasound to rehabilitate a joint. You can get pain and inflammation down and stimulate cartilage to grow again. So we do that through light therapy too. Light and sound, that is incredible for cells. It speaks to your cells essentially, right? Amazing effects. So all that's physical, but what about emotion, right? Emotions, we know, are energy, right? We feel them, but they're energy. Even thoughts and emotions have a little bit of density. We know they have vibrational frequency, and there's a scale of emotions according to Dr. Hawkins, but we know that they're real things, okay? They're, top neurologists have looked at where do emotions hide. They've dissected the human body and the brain and the neurons, and guess what? It's not found in the physical body. It's found outside the body. In fact, in a field around the brain is where they pick it up with his encephalograms that read off the body. Dr. Bruce talks about that a lot. But stuck emotions are basically energy. It's energy that's stuck. And when we're stuck, we don't function well, and it stops us from achieving our potential in a lot of different ways, and can leave us stuck in trauma, which leaves our body constantly in the state of fight or flight, right? So your vagal tone is off, and life is hard, right? It doesn't have to be hard, because it's just a story associated, emotional story stuck with an event that is stuck energy. So basically your vagal tone, okay, how stressed are we? We have vagal tone has to do with your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. So Science 101, parasympathetic is health and healing, digesting, resting stage. And sympathetic is go, fight or flight, stress, cortisol, epinephrine, adrenaline, da-da-da-da. Your vagal nerve, which is the longest nerve in the body and innervates all our liver, pancreas, spleen, all that sort of stuff, has gas and the brake. So the gas pedal is go, sympathetic stress response, and then the brake is parasympathetic, rest, digest, and heal. When you sleep, if you're in good vagal tone. If you manage yourself with sound therapy, meditation, and deep breathing or heart rate variability techniques, you're in a good vagal tone. So these are beautiful resources that I talk to my clients with every day, how to start managing our own energy each and every day, so we're not constantly reacting just outside environments, people, situations, and events that happen, like COVID, right? So we can regulate our own vagal tone. So let me give you a personal example. When I do my sound healing, I use crystal bowls, I use chimes, I use sound, I use drums, I use tuning forks. Let me just show you some of them from the back here. So these are different kinds of tuning forks that have special frequencies and solfeggio frequencies to heal, that you can feel on your body, that you can hear, and then that your cells pick up, right? So this is based on Dr. Eileen McCusick's work, the sound healing and biotoning the field. Incredible. A session for healing therapy can heal so much. We also use crystals to concentrate and collimate the sound frequency. So there's certain areas we want to really get in and break up a dissonant, stuck energy. Your sense, whether you feel it or not, but a lot of people feel it, and oh my God, I can feel this right through. Our bones conduct, water conducts, but it's going to the cells, right? Quite incredible. And we also have a variety of different notes and sounds of Tibetan bowls, like so. And it works incredibly to open up the energy in the body. And beautiful metals and stones and gems, crystal bowls that are based on certain notes My clinical experience with this is energy and they're all closed down or there's lots of blockages. Just by opening the central meridian and doing some meditation with the sound, with these beautiful sounds. Let me get my little note, and that's for the root chakra. It can open up all of the energy centers within minutes. It's quite amazing. Body, and then we do other emotional release techniques along with it. It's incredible how everybody feels incredibly relaxed after a sound session. It's just the way it goes. You just feel tremendous relaxation. You feel lighter. You feel empowered. It's just incredible. You know that Einstein's equation E equals mc squared basically ultimately says that everything's made of energy, and it depends on what speed and what vibration, which is what we can control with different notes and frequencies. And body knows. You don't have to be, you don't have to know what's working itself out, but it can. So where our unresolved emotions store. Excuse me, I'm going to pick up something. There we go. Basically, I told you it's off the body, right? So it's in what we call the biofield, the aura, the field, you name it. It has many names, but it's you can't see it. You can feel nature, and you ground Earth. That's the frequency of 7.35. That's not a coincidence that that's the same frequency for the alpha frequency related to a relaxed state, which is, best medicine. Love it. Free. It's all around you. Go for it. So let's just talk about energy psychology. So we can do the physical healing on the body, and then there's emotions and trauma. So conventional psychotherapy has been based on talk therapy for eons. Many medical doctors and neurologists have now realized is that you talk yourself till the cows come home, and it's oftentimes, and I see this clinically, people are still suffering from their trauma, right? So energy psychology is a new form of medicine that takes energy to change our emotions and are connected, that are connected to trauma, or even just because you're stressed, right? Or just because, you just had a financially really tight month and you wanted to get over that. So energy psychology are things like EMDR, which is rapid eye movement connected to where you've had trauma. A lot of psychologists nowadays are using that. EFT, emotional freedom technique, which is the tapping technique, which I'm a huge fan of, which I coach on my clients all the time. And I actually put one up on YouTube for tapping the stress of COVID out. It's incredible. You can tap for anything: a headache, a fear, anything, a blockage, you name it. Because you're tapping on acupuncture points, so you're changing electromagnetic signaling in the body, and they're showing you're rewiring your brain as you're doing it. So these new emotional psychology techniques are used with sound. Double whammy, right? Amazing. For PTSD, anxiety, depression, just to feel good. Let's talk about that. Talk about prevention, right? Like, every month I'm doing my own with some colleagues of mine, and we're exchanging back and forth because we know we want to be resilient, we want to thrive, we want to feel good. Don't want to wait till your system's broke. We want to keep ourselves healthy and in good resonance. And guess what? Life throws a lot of crap at you, and how you're going to hold it and filter it, your perception's everything. But sometimes, we don't. Maybe it's from the past, or maybe you just weren't in a good resilient state that day and it really impacted you. These things build up. And we know in Chinese medicine, all disease starts from emotion and energy, and eventually comes into the body and shows itself as physical disease. So they were right, those Chinese. They knew what they were doing thousands of years ago. So basically, energy medicine is now is now the forward wave, right? So no drugs needed. If you are so inclined, oh my gosh, I would really ask you to check this out. Tuning into a frequency and shifting the frequency, change and heal. It may not happen in one session, but because there's layers of stuff that happen with us that we have memory of and we have an energetic signature from, right? So basically you can change your developmental emotional self set point, like were you born into trauma or later on in life, whatever. So you can change your emotional set point for anything, anytime, anywhere. So basically I invite you to come experience sound therapy sessions. 10 hours of sound therapy will be like hundreds of hours of talk therapy. I see it in my practice every day, having people become released and empowered and from emotional trauma or from working their way into a new phase of life. As the saying goes, you change your emotion, you change your energy, you change your energy, right? So even Dr. Greg Braden talks about the spontaneous with a belief system, which is changing your energy, right? So human biofield tuning and toning is incredible. So you guys might know I'm a naturopathic doctor, so I do use sort of conventional naturopathic medicine, but energy medicine is my passion. Just think of this when you do a meditation, okay? When you do a meditation with sending the vibration of love, gratitude, compassion, right? These things are what heal your life, right? If you're interested, you can go to my website, naturopathichealthandwellnesscenter.com, long word, naturopathichealthandwellnesscenter.com, and there are a couple of CDs. Go to the shop. There's some CDs there that are imprinted with healing vibration in the background, and all of them are encoding light frequency and healing higher vibrational emotions. And in every single one of those CDs, there's something that I think is the most incredible needed tool on this planet is heart rate variability technique called heart coherence. And Dr. Greg Braden, Dr. Joe, everyone's talking about it. Heart Math Institute has been doing almost a quarter of 100 years of research on how heart rate variability can be managed, our stress response, with a very profound, simple technique. Takes you practice on it, and I walk you through it. It's so easy. You learn it. There's 3 simple steps. And once you've learned it, you can pull it out of your back pocket anytime you need. You can do it, park your car on the side of the road and do it. You can do it at night before bed, checking in to balance this heart. Do it on a break at your desk. Do it on a lunch break, anything. It's incredible. Heart-based coherent practices are healing. They are, I don't know if you know that the heart has the largest electromagnetic field in the body that we can measure. Most people think, I use the word. We can think ourselves out of things. We have solutions. We can, logically, okay, I know I need to do this. Okay, but the get to is what a technique teaches you how to do, and listen to what you need, not to what anyone else says you think you need, right? Also, you're about 1,300 positive biochemical markers change when you do heart coherence technique. I can't begin to tell you, it's even better than the flu shot. Your immunoglobulins go up. There's so many things that happen with neural balancing. So go to the website, check out on shop, download one or both of the CDs, and start practicing heart coherence. Honest to God, it's the most incredible gift, I tell you. It's my 911 tool. It's so easy to use. So I'm a naturopathic doctor, acupuncturist. I'm also a Qigong and Qigong practitioner. I'm a Reiki master. My box of tools is pretty wide, I gotta tell you. Cranial sacral therapy, all-around energy healer with shamanic energy medicine as well. I invite you to come for a session, or come for some sessions to heal your life. You're more than welcome. Now more than ever, I would love to see everybody thrive and get through 2001, making it a magnificent year of healing ourselves and the planet together, just globally, When we heal ourselves, we heal. We're one body, we're one mind, we're one spirit. We are all connected. And when we do our work, we help on and on. I wanted to keep this fairly short. I'm sorry it went on a little long. Actually, I'm not sorry. Whoever shows up to hear this at the right time in the right place, I hope it's touched your heart. We had a heart piercing. I know that I'm so grateful every single day to be able to do this work and share it with beautiful people. It makes me happy. It makes me joyous. I would love to share some of that joy. Okay. To you, take care. Make it a good year. Okay. So we can do this. We can do this all together. Okay. Much love. Take care. Bye-bye.